Okay, so good evening everyone. Today we are here for a PPDT session. So what happens in the PPDT session is that you will be shown a picture for 30 seconds. The picture would be blurry or it could be a clear picture. The picture would be shown for 30 seconds. Then you have to observe the picture in those 30 seconds. Observe the number of characters, what you think is happening in the story, and based on that you have to based on that you have to write the story in the next 4 minutes given to you. So while writing a story, you have to maintain a box in which you have to represent the number of characters using dots. You have to mention the sex, the age, and the mood of the particular characters. So, for example, if I have seen a single male character, so I have to represent only a dot in that box. Then I have to write M for male, and then plus for positive mood, negative minus for negative mood, or zero for a neutral mood, and then the age, yeah, the name, the sex, age, and the mood. So after that, you will be getting 4 minutes to write your story. After those 4 minutes, we have to narrate our stories one by one. So you will be given around 1 minutes to narrate your story. So you have to narrate your story within that given time limit. So let's say we are 27 of us are here. So after the 27th person stops narrating, we have to start the discussion. Now, since there are 27 of us, I'll split the group into two for 13 and 14. So I'll divide the group after we stop narrating our story. So are the instructions clear? Any doubts? Okay, I think no. Okay, I think there are no doubts. So I'll be sharing the picture in the your respective groups as well, and I'll be screen sharing also. So let's start with the screen sharing. Mm, okay, is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, so I'll zoom in a bit. So the image is clearly visible, and I'll share it in your respective groups as well. Okay, just a sec. So meanwhile, you can start. I'll start the timer for 30 seconds. You all can start observing the picture now. Okay, so the time is up. Now you will be having 4 minutes to write your story. You all can start writing now. Hi Hemant, we have started the session. So the picture is shared in your respective group if you are from Kilo or India. So please check the. Okay. Hi Navroop. So the image is shared in the group. You can start writing the stories.
Okay.
You are aware of the procedure, right, for PPDT?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. You can start writing. Okay, so the time is up for writing your stories. So please stop writing. Now, how much time you all require to prepare for your narration? 2 minutes, 4 minutes. Please respond. Hello. Okay, okay, two. Okay, we'll go with 3 minutes. Time now is 9:53. We'll meet again at 9:56. Meanwhile, Hemant and Navroop, you can complete your stories. So yeah, you can start preparing. Then we'll go in alphabetical order for the narration. I'll call out your names, and then you have to turn on your videos if possible and start narrating. Okay, so we'll start the narration now, and if possible, try to switch on your cameras. So starting with Abhideep. Abhideep, you can start narrating. Okay, Aditya.
So am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please go on.
Hello everyone. Lintel and I have perceived one character, male, in positive mood, of age around 25 years to 27 years. So my action of the story is cleaning Ganga River. Ram is a head of the Mami Gange program in Uttarakhand. With his team members, he has created awareness among people about water pollution and importance of making water clean, and he has also taken many measures to clean the Ganga River in Uttarakhand, and now he is able to see the changes in the river, and that the condition of the river has really improved. And by seeing this, he is now very focused and determined to make the Ganga River, as it is said in Indian culture, river to heaven. Thank you.
Next, Abhijit. Yes, Abhijit, you are audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. You can start.
Okay. Gentlemen, from the picture shown to us, I perceive one character, male, who is in the age group of 19 to 21. His mood is positive, and the action of my story is solo trekking. Rahul is a 19-year-old pursuing graduation from Pune University, and uh, is one of his major hobbies and interests are trekking. One day after completion of the examination, he he went for trekking in the Himalayas. So while trekking, he got little demotivated. So while crossing a bridge, he got motivated by seeing the steady flow of the river, and he got motivated and he moved forward and he completed the trek. While completing the trek, he took few pictures of the nature which he explored. Then, after completing the trek, he returned back to his college and he also shared his pictures that he have taken while the trekking. And he also placed few pictures on the notice board of his college so that more people would get inspired by him and would explore the nature by trekking with him. Thank you.
Okay, Aditya.
Gentlemen, in this picture I perceive one male character, 19 years old, Ram, who is in a neutral mood. Ram was a defense aspirant, college going student. He used to jog early in the morning. Once after the rains, when he went to the nearby ghats to jog and trek, he found that the water was rising at an alarming rate. That could potentially turn out into a flood. So he decided to uh, uh, inform the nearby villages about the situation. He contacted the emergency services as well as the local administration. This way, they were able to evacuate the villages, and Ram's decisive thinking was able to save not only the lives but also property of the villages. Thank you.
Okay, Akshay.
I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
So, ladies and gentlemen, from the given picture, I have pursued one male character, age of 24 in the neutral mode. So my story is like Jay is a 24-year-old civil engineering graduate student. Recently, he came back to his hometown and he observed that the old bridge of their village connecting to the city area is getting weak day by day due to the river flow and the heavy rainfall. So he decided to talk with the Gram Panchayat members and the Sarpanch. They called a meeting and they decided to write a letter to the PDT department for renovation of the bridge. Meanwhile, they also made a temporary way to cross the river, and this way they renovated the bridge. Thank you.
Anuraz.
Can I start?
Yes, start.
Okay. Good evening, gentlemen. From the picture shown to us, I have perceived a male character of age group 23 years old to 25 years old in positive mode. Action of my story is making hydropower plant for the village electricity consumption. Rajvi, 23 years old, is a postgraduate in hydropower and hydroenergy especially specializations. So when he come to his village on his leave, he found that the village got shortage of the electricity. So he went by the bank of river and saw there is a chances we can create hydroelectricity here. So he go to the pradhan and talked about it. They agreed. So he make a estimate blueprint of the project and also tell them about the uh, funds that need to be raised. So with this information, Pradhan was able to send application to the government officials, and they agreed on that, and the work process, uh, and they started the work. Thank you.
Okay, Avantika, you can start.
Friends, in the pictures given to us, I perceive one male character, age 28, mood is positive. Action of my story is enjoying sunset. Mrunal is fitness concerned person working in a company. After completing his shift at 5 p.m., he daily went for an evening exercise. He reached the place while walking. After that, he completed his running, push-up, squats, and followed by some stretching. After completing his exercise, he daily make his next day schedule there and that place while enjoying the sunset. Thank you.
Ayush Chauhan.
Okay, gentlemen, I had perceived one character from my story. Age is around 25, mood is positive, and it's male. Action of my story is trekking alone. Rahul is a 25-year old boy who had gone for a trekking on the mountains. There he was not aware of the routes, so he started following one of them. By following the route, he reached one of the old bridge, just laying over the river. So he was not totally aware of the place where he had come. So, but there he felt very peace and was very happy to visit the place like this. Thank you.
Dhruv Singh.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, from the given picture, I have perceived a male character, 23 years old, in a negative mood. Uh, Rahul came to Himachal with his peer group, but got lost in a way. But when he tried looking for them, he came across a bridge where he found a damage in the bridge. He called the responsible authorities and informed the police, but so that no one gets injured and affected by it. Thank you.
Gaurav Mishra.
Yes, buddy. Is my voice is audible to you all?
Yes, it is. We can start.
So, friends, from the picture, I perceive a single male character who is 21 years of age and in positive mood. My action of my story is preparing semester and project. Suraj, 21 years, was BA Geography student. For his final semester exam, he got tasked for preparing a report on natural vegetation and a rock around lake. So he decided to visit a nearby lake around nearby his home in early morning. He along with him took cameras and some polythene bag to collect some samples of rock and natural vegetation. He went there, look after the natural vegetation, took a photograph, and also collected some pebbles and natural vegetation for sample. Came back to his home and prepared report on it with the help of internet, and also attached the photograph. He presented in front of his class, which got him appreciation from his teacher and classmates. Thank you.
Hemant, are you ready? Else you can go in last.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, you can start.
Uh, Hello, everyone. From the picture given to us, I have perceived a person of age 24 years male, and the action of this story is rescuing a person from drowning. Manoj, age 24, who works in a bank, is walking casually on a nearby river. But he suddenly noticed that a person drowning in the river and shouting and asking for help. Without thinking anything,
Just a second, Hemant.
yes,
Yeah, sorry for interrupting. Are you reading your story from your notebook?
yes,
Please don't read. You have to narrate without checking your notebook.
okay, no problem.
So please prepare. I'll assign you the last test number. You can start after wish.
Okay,
So please don't look into your notebooks, everyone. Try to speak without looking into your notebooks, since the doses will be collected in the real SSB.
okay,
Okay, so yeah.
no problem.
So Himanshu Verma. Hello, Himanshu. Are you there? Yes, you can start. Okay, no problem. A mystery of Yog. Yes, you can start.
Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, you are audible.
So through the picture shown to us, I have pursued one main character and there are multiple characters in my story. And the main character in my story is Rajesh, more positive, age 22. And the action of my story revolves around planning a tour to Kasoli district in Himachal Pradesh and enjoying in the beauty of nature. Rajesh, who was a 22-year-old graduate from one of the technical university from Delhi, and he planned tour to Kasoli district with his friends. And because they graduated from the university and the curriculum was very hectic for them, so to enjoy their visit to Kasoli, they planned many activities like they enjoyed bungee jumping there, and they also tracked there. And apart from that, the motorcycle expedition they enjoyed, and this all make up plays in his heart. And this was one of the most memorable part of his college journey. Thank you.
Okay, Nikhil Satardikar. Yes, you are.
I perceived a male character of 24 years old in positive mode. Rajat, a 24-year-old MBA graduate, visited his village after completion of his degree. And on visiting his village, he came to know about the growing tourism in his village and thought of putting up a water sport business. He discussed about it with his friends and divided themselves into three groups. The first group looked after the required resources for the business, and he, along with the second group, looked after the legal team and procedure that is needed, and the third group looked after the promotion of the business. On completion of 1 month, they seemed a profit of around 30%, and he was happy with his decision to do so.
Okay, Nikita.
Hello everyone. In the picture, I have perceived a male character aged around 30 years. The mood is neutral. The main character of my story is Rohan. My story goes like this. Rohan had spent his entire childhood in his village in Himachal Pradesh. He was very happy that people there lived their life in sync with nature. When he was around 15 years, massive rainfall resulted in overflowing of the nearby river, washing away his entire village. People lost their lives, families were uprooted, and Rohan and his family had also to take refuge elsewhere. This incident deeply impacted him. He went ahead to become a civil engineer and was part of a team that built a bridge connecting the two villages, ensuring prompt communication and transportation at times of such natural calamities. After completion of the task, standing at the bridge, Rohan felt content that he had kept the promise he made to himself and his family. Thank you.
Sanchit Singh. Hello, Sanchit, are you there? Am I audible?
Yes, you
Yes,
are.
yes, you are.
Okay, I think Sanchit is not here. Satyam Patil, you can start.
Hence, I have perceived from the picture, age 40, male, and is in a neutral mood. Mr. Sham was a senior scientist in BARC and stayed in Mumbai. Also, he was also working as an environmentalist in his meantime. One day, he decided to go to his village nearly after 5 years. So, he went to his village, and one evening, he decided to visit the river where he used to play in the childhood. When he went to the river, he saw that the water of the river was severely polluted. And when he tried to find out the reason, he came to know it was the villagers who were polluting the river drastically. So, as an environmentalist, he decided to educate the local villagers. So he gathered all the villagers and told them about the precautions need to be taken to clean the river, such as not to wash the clothes in the river and not to dispose the human waste directly into the river and other things, etc. He also inspired the youth of that village to open up an organization to look after the cleanliness of the villages and also all the nearby villages in their areas. Thank you.
Okay, Sushil.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story which I perceive consists of male character Dipraj, who is a 34-year old civil engineer and specialized in 3D printing. He was working with a startup. He was assigned a work to construct a bridge for logistical support of for military in a place which was very hard to which was very hard to accessible. And he then started creating the blueprint by using AutoCAD, by keeping in mind the annual rainfall of a decade. Then he then by keeping in mind that size and distance and the total amount of the water in the stream, then he constructed and he constructed the bridge in a very short span of 1 month, and at last he was happy. Thank you.
Okay, sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Tamiz, is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can start.
Hello, everyone. What I perceived from the picture was a male character, 21 years of age, in a neutral mood. The action of the story is leaving hometown for a new job. Manish, a 21-year-old, knowledgeable, reason mechanical engineer graduate who passed the degree with first class and got a job offer from Tata Power, for which he has to move to Bangalore from his native Assam. So he planned on informing his friends about the offer. For that, he chose a place which was very close to them, which was the overbridge in the village. So, with a heavy heart of needing to leave his friends and an opportunity to explore new boundaries, Manish was standing there thanking the river for all the memories they had together. By then, his friends came along and heard about the offer, and they hugged him and congratulated on his offer. Thank you.
Wish. Is he audible? Wish you are not audible.
Hello,
Yes, you are audible now.
okay, sir. So my main character is Ajay, a 22-year-old guy, is a BSc student. He further wants to pursue a master in science, whereas his family is pressurizing him to prepare for competitive exams. He, to get stress-free, goes to a peaceful place near his house. After spending some quality time, he decides to opt for his passion and convinces his parents to support him in pursuing his dreams. That's it.
Okay, Hemant, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, you can start.
Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, I have perceived a person of age 23 to 24 years. Uh, Mood is neutral, and action is rescuing a person from drowning. Manoj, aged 24 years, uh, who works in a bank, is walking casually on a bridge. Suddenly, he noticed that a person is drowning, asking for help. Without thinking anything, Manoj jumped into the river, resisting upflow, and rescued that person. Upon rescuing, he came to know that the person whom he rescued is none other than son of his boss. And later, his boss congratulated him and offered him promotion, and his colleagues appreciated him. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah. So all of us have narrated their stories. Now, since they are actually, I didn't get time to write. I'll participate in the GD though. Uh, okay, so since there are 19 of us now, I'll divide the group into 9 and 8. So for the first group, the participants are first Abhideep, second Abhijit, third Aditya, fourth Akshay, fifth Anuraz, sixth Avantika, seventh Ayush, eighth Dhruv, and ninth Gaurav. So these are the participants of first group. Is it clear? Okay. And the rest are in the second group. So we'll start with the GD for the first group. So you have to come to a common conclusion. You have to form a common group story, and then you have to nominate any single person from the group, and the selected person or the nominated person will narrate the group story. You'll be getting 10 minutes to discuss. So I'll start the timer. Okay, you all can start now.
Okay, gentlemen, since the majority
Okay,
of
so
us
friends,
we
as
have
we all
already
pursue
decided
one
that
main character on a bridge, right?
yes,
So we all
Most
we
of us
already
have
pursue
decided
perceived
that
a character
on a
from the
bridge,
picture, so let's go with it.
it's a
And the
river
age group
nearby.
should be
okay.
So
23 to
let's make a
25 years
theme
old.
according to that.
See, we already have
So
decided
friends,
Yes,
that
like
the
there is
agree.
only
person
one
will
Agree
possible
by
be
the main
19 to
Avantika.
character,
22 years old.
and
All
the
right,
and majority of people
he's a
decided
male.
like he's observing a bridge or observing a river. So we can made
As
a
Yes,
most
story
of the
that
stories
majority
were
of people
around on the
made.
bridge or
Yeah,
the
a
river, so we
bridge.
can
Yes,
take it as a common
bridge
Yes,
construction.
the
conclusion
Yeah.
for
theme
like that.
I would like to propose
as
the theme
as it is like
because
a
in
hilly area,
I would
so
like
there
to
is a shortage of electricity. So we can make a
no.
hydroelectricity plant there
Actually,
so
Anuraj,
that the
one point I would like to tell that the hydroelectricity plants they are
Yeah,
actually
Anurag,
quite
Anurag has a
expensive.
very good point. So we
No,
can
no,
add a
one
both
thing, no.
both story
Actually,
in
the
a one character.
hydroelectric
Like we
plants
can make a bridge as a construction. Also, we
no,
can
no.
add a
The
hydroelectric
hydroelectric
power
plants
plant.
are very
So
expensive and can be only established on the ocean. So, and it is
no,
only
it's
at a
not
national level.
actually.
We can't ask the Gram Panchayat to build it.
Yeah,
One thing I would like to
actually
propose,
no.
is that yes, one thing I would like to propose is that since in the present time we have seen that the Yamuna river overflowed and it that caused so much mishap in the Delhi. So that's why the I wrote the story about the flood. And if everyone agrees with this, then we can go with that theme.
I think the
Yeah,
river is
Aditya, I
clean
partially
and
agree with you, but
the river is
we
wet.
can make a
So
hydroelectric
obviously,
plant
so we
as a
cannot
small
take
river.
downstream
Like
and
we have seen the
negativity
bridge in the rivers,
negativity to the
so we can
picture.
make a hydroelectric plant also.
Guys,
But
So
we
that
all
will
from
not
picture,
the problem that the small river.
like we will not be conclude like this. So please speak one by one. First, Aditya already said, Abhideep, just a minute. Aditya already said that we should go with the flood story, and Anuraj was proposing the story regarding the some electric some
Hydroelectricity plant.
construction, right? So
Yes.
let's discuss. Let's come to one conclusion that what theme we are going to.
Actually,
Yeah,
the
I agree with that.
hydroelectric
But
plants.
actually, we can go with the electric or hydroelectric
No,
power also because
actually
we
the
have seen that
We
there are
can
very
also
much
think
electric
and we
power
can
and
also
also
add a
hydroelectric plant that
hydroelectricity
are small
plant
rivers
inside.
also.
see, I
So
completely
also
agree.
we can.
It's a very excellent. It's a very excellent theme. But in the
I
background, we can
think
see that
I
there are
think
hills.
hydroelectric will take much time and it is very expensive
Yes,
also.
Yes,
it is only established at the ocean region. We can't establish near hilly areas. That's why I think going it with it
No,
would not be a good
there are
option.
we can make a hydroelectric plant on the small dam also. But if the majority of
like
people
hilly
wants,
areas
we can make a story on the
less place
garbage.
to organize a hydroelectricity power plant, and making a hydroelectricity power plant, we can also add a bridge to it.
Okay,
If the
see,
majority is going with
I partially
hydroelectric,
agree with you.
we should go
One
with
thing I would
hydroelectric.
like to tell
So
that
what I suggest, guys, is that we can take a point that Aditya already said that the flood point, and we can say due to the several time of flood, the villagers are decided to hire someone, or the government decided to make a dam over there, right? If you are
Yeah,
all okay with
adding to the Avantika's point also we can add like the bridge is getting big, so we can also renovation of the bridge. The people can also
like
decide the renovation of bridge.
like
Yeah.
someone who is also knowledge about the hydropower electricity come to his village, so he proposed this proposal to the
okay,
pradhans or
I
the chief
I
village.
partially agree with Anuraj. So
Yeah,
what we can
yeah,
do is instead of a
Anurag.
complete
They can discuss
hydroelectricity
with the
power,
Gram Panchayat
we
members
can
and the Sarpanch of the village.
Okay.
Create the dam there, so we can go with the first point that all of them decided to create a dam. So the first point should be
Yes,
we focus on the dam side. Then we
yes.
can go to the
Yeah,
hydroelectricity.
no
And like the
hydroelectric.
yeah.
person who is standing
So
there is
so they
knowledgeable
need to
about
write
it.
a letter to the PW data department for the dam and also for the bridge renovation. So firstly
No,
they will write a letter to the PW department. Also they will conduct a meeting of the Gram
Yes,
Panchayat at the villages to discuss about that thing.
I
also
accept
one
Akshay's
one
point.
thing I would
Like
like to
we can
propose.
also add that he first made some estimates, as he is also knowledgeable about the particular thing. So he made some
Yeah. So
estimation and
Okay,
also told the Gram Panchayat this is a good thing. So they forward the application with all the necessary details so that the point got submitted in the government officials and
okay.
they approved it.
So we have made the story. One thing I would like to propose, instead of a complete hydroelectricity power, we can see that we can actually make some rural kind of thing, that in rural areas we have seen those wheel which
Yes,
encircles in the river, so we can make that rural
actually,
kind of thing, not a
actually, I
complete
think
Yeah, we are
as
hydroelectricity power.
as Akshay said,
We are adding the two points
as
here.
Akshay
One is
said,
the first is the dam
we
and
can
the
make
second
a
is the
dam there
hydroelectricity one.
so that it will be considered for hydroelectricity power, a dam, and also a bridge over there. So it will a good thing.
Oh,
Okay.
one point I would like
yeah,
to include. One point I want to like to add is as this is the hilly area, so government take help from a local person also, because the local person are the native persons who know this place better. So I think government will take help from the native we can say
yeah,
native
Avantika has
persons,
a
right?
very good
Local
point.
person.
Central
And
character is
actually,
native.
and
It
it
is
will
native.
it will generate the employment for the people
So
also.
we are
If will
having
there's a
the
construction of the bridge and the dam is happen there, so it will generate the employment for the village people also.
Yes,
So we
Yes,
can add
it
that
and
can
point also.
Okay.
it can be a
Pradhan
tourist
also
attraction
inform
place. It can be a
all the
tourist attraction
uh,
place.
daily wage workers from the village, so that they got a job in that particular project, and this
Yeah.
will helpful for the poor persons in the village.
Yes.
And it can also be act like a tourist attraction place, because in hilly areas it is a very good place for tourist attraction. So the dam here there will be very good place for tourist attraction, and the local people can earn very good amount of money from there, from the tourist people.
No,
So
And it
I
can
so
would not.
also,
actually we have a very good theme. So we can now summarize the theme that adding by the action one by one.
yeah, we had
So
added
we can
already so
conclude the
many
story
points.
and we
We
can
can
nominate
go
one person,
with
right?
the 2 or 3 points. I should
Yeah.
Avantika
So
should
let's
be the
start.
one to narrate the story in the good manner.
Yes, her voice modulation
Okay.
is so good, so I nominate Avantika.
We will go with
Okay.
I
Avantika.
I
also
also
nominate
agree with
I
agree.
also
I
nominate
also agree.
Avantika. I also nominate Avantika.
I also agree.
Okay, thank you guys for nominating me. So, starting with, we all perceive one male character, age 28. Sorry, age 28, mood is positive. Arjun is a local boy from a Dehradun village. He participate in a program where government is going to launch to made a bridge on the river, on the local river. So Arjun decided to include all the daily workers from the village so that they also can get employment, and government also get the benefit of knowing the exact location of the mountains where the bridge the dam can be built, right? So by this, the end of the month, end of the year, the bridge was made, and the villagers also got the benefit by with the dam also. Sorry, the last point I just.
Okay.
It was good yet
Yeah.
also. Yeah.
If someone wants to add some point in my conclusion, please they can.
I think you covered all the points. Yeah. Okay. So, great discussion. Okay. Just a sec. Okay. Uh, okay. For the next group, so we'll start with Hemant, Himanshu, Mystery of Yog, Nikhil, Nikita, Satyam, Vish, and me. Okay.
So, gentlemen, as everyone has, we can clearly said see that there is one character. So there is no doubt in that. So now let's move towards the theme. That which theme do we need to choose?
By looking at the picture, we can think of making up a theme around the bridge and the river. So
Yeah,
I
so
guess everyone
since
should.
it's really clear that there is one male character, and since there is a village and there is a bridge, we can connect it. Story, I think I propose for a flood story. If anybody wishes to add another thing, please go ahead.
Yes, I would like to mention a point in the picture. So, since we could see in the bank of the rivers, there were many stones. So, we could also go with the theme of due to excessive rainfall, the water level of the water level of the river was overflowing, and that's why it was causing some landslides too. Since there were debris around the banks of river, you could see large stones. So, I think we could include that point also.
So we can consider that our main character is a 23 or 22 or 23-year boy who is a local resident of that particular village, and he saw the situation, and he also saw that some of the people were stuck in the landslide, and then according to that he took the action. So
I don't think so. Like we should add like someone
Yeah, we
was
can
stuck. Since
actually
it is
think
not.
about cleaning up of the coast by means
or else we can see say that there means after the landslide the area was a bit disturbed, and there were all over the rocks and some kinds of boulders were there, so it was creating a lot of disturbance. So we can add that the local he gathered all the local villagers, and with the help of the local villagers they were able to wrap the situation.
Okay, so I think we are clear with the theme here. If anyone wants to add any other points like for the theme,
I
like
think
currently
we
we are.
should.
it's clear. Let's now add up some actions according to the picture.
I
I think we should
think
also take
Nikita
in
wanted
notice.
to.
I think we should also take in notice the attire of the individual, since we're although portraying him as a person belonging to a village, but since it's attire, I think we should take that also in context and build a story around.
Okay, so what we
I
could
think we
say
can
is.
conclude that the main character of the story took help from the localite and the local people as well to restore the uh, traffic there, and the mobilization was as usual after the help of the locals.
Okay, so like the theme is like as Nikita said, since we have seen his attire, so we could like make an assumption he's not a part of the village. Like he's some Democrat outside of the village who just wanted to visit the particular village, and he saw that thing is happening. That landslides also we could, if you want, we could also add the theme of creating a dam there. So,
I
do
think
we
we can
agree?
portray him as a person who has some expertise in the field. Say he's a civil engineer or any engineer for that part, and he may say he's a tourist. He came there, saw the situation, and decided to discuss it with the villagers to reach a solution that ensures their safety.
But making a dam will be actually a very long process. So we should actually think of something immediate we can do, like
If
cleaning
not
up of
for
the
dam,
banks of the river and all.
we can go for a
Or like the cleaning of river gates.
So I propose a story that my main character was an environmentalist, and he was a native of that village, but due to his work, he was living in Mumbai, and after 4 to 5 years, he came to his village. So there he saw the condition
Instead,
of the river was bad, and then he tried to took initiative.
okay, Satyam, like the background was okay, but instead of an environmentalist, as Nikita said, it could be a civil engineer. Like he
Okay, okay,
sees.
okay. He is working as a civil engineer in urban area, but he is a native of that particular village.
we can take him to be a native who came back to visit his native place, and there he saw the situation and then decided to have a talk with the village.
Okay,
Please
so I think
continue.
we are clear. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, please go ahead.
Okay, so I think we are clear with the theme here. Uh, Now let's add a conclusion. So I think like after he sees the problem, he discusses it with the villagers, the villager of that native place, and he devises a solution like how they could tackle it. So if you want to add any other points, like the way he handles the problem, I
I
think
feel we can.
Yeah, he divided
We'll
themselves
try to put
into
the bridge in the picture.
different groups.
Yeah, please, Nikhil, go ahead.
Yeah, I am saying like he divided themselves into different groups. Like each group will look after a particular problem, like carrying out of various resources to clean that area, or any other group to promote this idea of
You can like inculcate the village youth. They can go ahead and talk to their elders and come at a consensus on how to effectively use the village and its banks so that they are not polluted, and that will help them in flooding when the flooding situation occurs. Also, we can include the bridge. I would say, like since we are taking him as a civil engineer, we can say that the bridge is also in a dire state, like it needs some reconstruction. So since he had some knowledge about it, he can take also the help of government official, like he can inform them, and the bridge can also in due course of time can be repaired.
So I think that the point was very good, but we can include the some government bodies. For example, the panchayat would be a very small level for constructing a beach. So as he was a civil engineer, then yeah, he made a requesting to the sarpanch. He made a contact with the Zilla Parishad, and then they were able to construct the beach.
So we have decided on two things. One is that the person has cleaning the village banks and ensuring that they are not over flooded, overcrowded. And second is that he has taken the issue of the bridge being in a dire state, as in it is old and it requires repairing. So he has taken up that issue also. These two issues can be taken in the action part of the story.
Okay, so for actions, he discussed with the villages. For related to the clearing of the banks, he discussed it with the villages. With the help of the youth as well as the villagers, he cleared the bank. And as Satyam said, he informed the Sarpanch about the dire state of the bridge. So, like the reconstructions or maintenance required for the particular bridge. That could be the actions of our story. Does anyone has any other point, or we all agree?
We agree to this, I think, because all the points are covered in this conclusion.
Okay, so I think we should nominate one person to narrate the individual story. So, Satyam, would you like to narrate the individual story?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So we have come to a common story that our main character is a 23-year-old civil engineer who basically works in Mumbai. And after many days, he decides to visit his village. And then after he went to his village, he saw that the condition of the river was not good. And due to the landslide and the heavy rain, the banks of the river were blocked and huge boulders were there fallen. So it was creating a lot of disturbance. He also came to know that the condition of the bridge which attached the two banks of the rivers was worsening. So he tried to make an immediate contact with the Gram Panchayat, and he was successful in that contact. And soon the repairing of the bridge was done. And also he made the contact with the local villagers, collected them in a group, and he encouraged all the people to make the banks of the rivers clean. And after some time they were all able to clear the banks of the river. Thank
Okay, so that concludes our discussion. Now, let's start with the feedback. So, I'll start with the individual narration. So, I have shared the timings in the chat. I'll share it in the group also, the respective groups. Just a second. Okay, so like one, two, three. Yeah, three of us have exceeded the time limit. So usually, what happens in GD, like individual narration, sorry. So the assessor won't give you much time to narrate your individual story. He'll go through the dossier in which you have written the story. He'll just read 2 to 3 lines, and he'll get an idea what you want to convey. So he usually gives you around 40 to 45 to 50 seconds to narrate your story. So those who have exceeded the 1 minute mark, like Abhijit, Anuraj, then Mystery of Yog, close to 1 minute, and Satyam. So try to like limit it to 55 seconds or 50 seconds. Like just give a short individual, like short description of the main character, like just in a one liner you could say his name, age. Think we should. Okay, I think the time is over for discussion. We should not discuss now. Let's talk about our individual weaknesses. So, yeah, as I was saying, uh, try to give a short description of your main character, just in one to two lines. Say, describe his name, age, if you want, and like his background, what he is. So, if someone said, like Nikita said, he was a civil engineer, so we could say that ABCDXYZ is ABCD years old, and he is currently an civil architect or civil engineer who has recently visited his hometown. So just like that, in 1 to 2 lines, you could give the introduction and then start with your story. So in the in the individual narration, what you have to speak is you divided it into three parts: what happened, what is happening, and what will be the outcome. So what happened is you have to think about it, and what is happening is clearly shown in the picture. You see the picture, you get an idea what is happening. You have to think about the past, like what happened due to which this current situation is there, and how the our main character tackles. So yeah, that was regarding individual narration. I think most of us, yeah, they said well. Some of us were fumbling, so you can try speaking. And someone also texted me like how to improve communication. So try speaking in front of mirror. The more you practice, the more you'll be fluent while speaking. And any individual suggestions for narration, if anyone would like to add?
Uh, Two of us like took only 28 seconds, so we can increase that time, right? To make it a bit more
Yeah,
alive.
correct.
One is V
Make
Singh
sure.
and other is Dhruv Singh.
Yes.
Any
Make
for
sure
me?
you. Yes,
Any
Abhidip, you are saying something.
any suggestion for me from anyone?
So anyone would like to add anything?
I think that Abhijit has good points, but he's uttering them inside the mouth, so they are not clear. He's not able to present those very efficiently. But he can give a very good contribution if he does so.
Yeah. Thank you, Satyam. Uh,
Anybody have a feedback
Saurabh,
for
have you
me?
stopped the recording?
no, I think we'll stop after giving suggestions for the group discussion. Then we'll have an informal talk. So, yeah, any other suggestions for individual narrations? Anyone? No? Okay. So now let's jump to group discussion. So I have seen like group discussion. Tried. Yeah, Anuraz, you want to say something?
No, I was just asking anybody have individual feedback for me.
Okay, anyone would like to add? Like for group discussion, I have for you. Like in group discussion, like as Aditya said, ki it would be possible to create. It would be hard. So you just made some face like you are. It was clear from your face that you are not agreeing with Aditya. So just maintain a smile. Even if you don't agree with someone, you think यार क्या बोल रहा है ये? He's not agreeing to my point. And
Like
if you think like
the point
uh,
he says was literally he says that the hydropower plants is established in the sea area. I was just
uh,
confused.
yeah, actually, well, still you have to maintain a smile. Ki, okay,
Yeah.
I want to correct you or I want to add a point. Yes,
Yeah.
Abhidip.
I think in that conversation, that group discussion, that Aditya and Anurag were means kind of stick to that point that he was on his point that hydroelectric plant will be there, and he was like that no hydroelectric plant will be not there because there will be it will be in ocean. It means for around 2 minutes it was like means they were sticking to their part.
Okay, so like I would like to suggest you all mentioned like great points, be it hydroelectric power or dam. Just a second, let me complete. So you all made very great points. Like have seen that at one point it was mainly discussion between dam or hydroelectric power plant, right? So what you could have done that since you have seen, if you have noticed, there are hydroelectric plants just next to the dams also. What happens is the dam stores the water and they release at perfect time, and the water flows on the hydroelectric that क्या बोलते हैं उसको? wheel spin
Turbine.
wheel type का रहता है. Turbine, correct, correct.
So we were not stuck on the dam or hydroelectric power. We were stuck on flood theme or hydroelectric power
Yeah,
because
we
Aditya
had
was suggesting some flood theme and
Yeah, so
Anurag.
yeah,
we
लेकिन
had
for
included the
flood,
dam and hydroelectric one. Yeah.
yeah, like for flood, the solution that was mentioned was कि we could create a dam to control that flood situation. तो
Like
उसके बाद
yeah,
the discussion was yes. Was anyone saying something?
yeah, I was saying.
Yeah.
Like Akshay improved my points, making it bridge with dam, and this will also contribute in hydroelectric power plant. I'm sorry, power plant. Uh,
Okay.
but at last, Akshay was just forgetting. Okay, just make a hydropower plant. Don't make a bridge. So he was just leaving his point. That's what I'm telling.
No
Yeah,
worries. Like
actually, majority of people agree with the hydroelectric plant, so that's why
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just mentioned.
We can make a dam which will serve as a bridge, also as a hydroelectric power plant, and also a dam.
One
Yeah.
thing I'd like to say that
yes.
I said that hydroelectric is not possible because it was hilly region. So like I have read in my
Hilly,
textbook that the hydroelectric
like
No,
powers are near
actually,
the ocean.
hilly regions
So
are the best
can we
for
do
no,
that.
that?
actually, Aditya, I like to correct you.
Yeah.
Actually, in hilly area, also we can made a dam, and in front of the dam we can made a hydroelectric small hydroelectric plants. So they like there are many hydroelectric plants in the uh, Ravi
Arunachal
River and
side,
the
in
Arunachal
Arunachal
side and also
side,
Himachal Pradesh also.
yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
if you
One
want
point
to say
also.
something, just unmute your mic. No need to raise your hands.
Yes, like this only that previously in the during the group discussion, Anurag and Aditya were arguing. Then Chavya came and told that, oh, first we will make the dam, then we will go for the hydroelectric plant. Like now also that Chavya said.
One point also I want to add. Basically, it's not yet possible for the narrow siding rivers that hydroelectric power plants are made without using any dams or structures like that. Hmm.
Also that they are quite
Yeah.
expensive, right? Like only like at a national level they can be built.
Yeah, that's why I supported the Aditya one point.
So Sarvaya, what should we do with it?
हाँ,
Okay.
तो वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि फाइंड अ कॉमन ग्राउंड कि अगर दोनों दो लोग लड़ रहे हैं ना, तो तुम जाओ कि हाँ तेरा भी और तेरा भी, ठीक है. ये बोल रहा है कि टरबाइन बनाएंगे, वो हाइड्रो इलेक्ट्रिक पावर प्लांट बनाएंगे, वो बोल रहा है डैम बनाएंगे. ठीक है, दोनों बना दो. क्या जा रहा है, दोनों के पॉइंट इंक्लूड हो
वही
जाएंगे
जो
इसमें.
एक्चुअली जब
मैं फ्लड
मेजोरिटी
का बोल
पीपल
रहा
अगर
था।
बोल रही है कि डैम बनाओ,
The one thing
जब
I'd like
दोनों
to
बनते
add to
तब जब एक
Saurav's
चीज बनती
point,
तभी दूसरी चीज पॉसिबल होती.
you can have different perceptions to a story and you can have different approach to it. Like you can be adamant,
yeah,
you can try to reach a middle
like
ground. Regardless, the aim should be always to come to a common conclusion because if two people are going to be adamant on their points, the story won't move ahead. You would, and there would be
yeah,
no further discussions. And one thing about Anuraz, I would say, you can find other members' suggestion to be lame. Okay, say that you are like, okay, fine, he's saying something that you don't agree to at all, but still, you should maintain a certain amount of respect that is reflected through your facial expressions. So,
Yeah,
it's
Anurag, I had also pointed this in the Charlie group,
well
है ना?
done. When we
You are
part of sessions,
going
I have
so aggressive that
noticed
time.
this about Avantika. She always maintains a smile throughout. So that radiates positivity. You don't need to
yes,
spawn or
yes.
make some faces around. That really reflects a very bad impression. That was only my point. Please continue.
Yeah.
And one
Actually, I like to
Just
add
take it
one
easy.
point.
one compliment for Avantika that in between the group discussion he was leading the group. This kind of leading the group in between the group discussions. He was taking the point from there also, here also, and it was he was merging the 2 points.
What happened? The Anurag and Aditya was fighting for the dam and the no dam,
Don't
not
make
the
us
flood one,
enemy,
and
bro.
Oh no.
the Avantika had given the point for the dam, so we had included the turbine 1 point. Yeah, Avantika, you have
Right,
done a good
the
job
Saurav
actually.
said ना same thing I did कि ना दोनों के बीच का एक solution निकाल लो, तो मैंने वही किया. वो दोनों झगड़ रहे थे तो मैंने एक solution निकाल के दे दिया, and then after group started discussing more. Right, so वो GD में तो थोड़े compliments मेरे को मिल गए. Now talk to the conclusion part, उसमें मैंने थोड़ा सा messed up कर दिया because whenever I feel whenever I'm going to, अभी भी अब सब लोग चुप हो गए ना, तो I am very conscious that are you guys listening to me or not. मेरे को ये थोड़ा conscious आ जाता है, तो मैं वहाँ हमेशा stuck होता ही है मेरा, तो GD तो मेरा सही हो जाता है.
But I
I
think
have a
you included
point
all of
for
the point, but
Avantika.
Am I
if you
audible?
just had said thank you, then it would be more than enough.
Like, I have a point for Avantika. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
you are.
मुस्कान दी.
What was that?
I think
I
I would
think
like
it's
to
not
suggest
working
that
out.
first time when Avantika told that everyone should come to a common conclusion, then no one listened, and after that she got a means a very huge gap to speak her point. But I think that instead of telling the group that please come to a common conclusion, you got a very good time to add upon your contribution or your action in the story. I felt so.
Actually, when she told about the dam, then I was ready to okay that when the dam comes, we can actually convert that into
No,
the
actually, she
power.
had added her point of the dam one. So I really appreciate you, Avantika.
नहीं सत्यम, what did you said, मतलब I should add my point और नहीं,
नो नो
क्या था वो
आई
मैं
वाज
समझ नहीं,
सेइंग दैट
प्लीज.
पहले आपने जब उनको मतलब एक बार आपने उनको गाइड कर दिया राइट कि वी शुड कम टू कॉमन थीम. So second time when everyone stopped, you got a huge time lapse to put up your some different point to give a great contribution. So instead of uh, that time you would have added some kind of action in the story, so it would have benefited you more. I felt so.
But I think so. At the last point of the story, if we are telling the new point, it will be difficult to just adjust that point in the story for the conclusion. So this will might be not a right option for anyone.
And one thing I would like to Satyam's point regarding Avantika, that Avantika has very high modulation voice and very deep and still voice. So she can add more points. Means she can go over the group and she can add more and more points. So, but she didn't add more points to it. Like my voice is not that still and loud, so I cannot means add more points means in the group discussion or it is in the fish market. But she can.
अभी
I don't
तुमने
know
मेरी तारीफ
everyone
करी,
agree or not.
बेइज्जती करी या क्या किया?
अब
हेलो.
दीदी आपको पता है, हमको क्या बता सकते हैं, हम तो छोटे से
नहीं
हैं.
नहीं, as you all guys said, हाँ वो जो conclusion part था, I agree कि उसमें थोड़ा सा mix हो गया था because the response in our team was like बहुत सारे थे, तो फिर वो एक साथ conclude नहीं हो पाए, तो last में I accept my mistake. उसके अलावा कुछ तो
One thing I like to ask, like, is it good to stay adamant? Because I didn't find that hydroelectric power at first logical. Because I saw the hilly regions and that. So,
GD खत्म.
no, no, I still like, should we remain
भाई
adamant?
हो गया यार.
नहीं,
नहीं आदित्य, बना तो सकते हैं हाइड्रोइलेक्ट्रिक पावर प्लांट, ऐसा कोई वो नहीं है कि हिल स्टेशन है तो हम नहीं बना सकते. पहले डैम क्रिएट करके वाटर को स्टक करके एंड देन आफ्टर हम हाइड्रोइलेक्ट्रिक पावर, स्मॉल हाइड्रोइलेक्ट्रिक पावर बना
हाँ,
सकते हैं.
डैम
ऐसा
बोला उसके
जरूरी
बाद
नहीं है कि ओपन.
डैम बोला उसके बाद मान गया था मैं, बट पहले जब डायरेक्ट उस पे हाइड्रोइलेक्ट्रिक पावर बना रहे थे तो समझ नहीं है मुझे, तो मतलब
डायरेक्ट डायरेक्ट पे तो मैं भी अग्री नहीं हो रहा था कि भैया इतनी छोटी सी रिवर है उस पे तुम कैसे बना दोगे यार.
Try to persuade the person, try to put up your points more effectively, and if not possible, then I think you should be a little bit flexible to also, accommodate what the other person is saying.
agreed.
So I would like to personally ask to means my previous group member, that India group, that Anurag, Akshay Bhaiya and Satyam, that like previously I was going into more describing the story. So am I going on that, or I have improved?
I think you have improved.
because first
Yeah, I think you improved.
yeah, because at the beginning he used to take a very long time to explain the background only, nearly 35 to 40 seconds, and he was not able to put up the points, but we have improved very well in that scenario.
Someone please also,
Yeah,
if there are suggestions for me, kindly do that.
Like I have a point for Nikita. You can just stop saying sorry, please. You continue your point. I think you repeatedly, I mean, 5 or 6 times you say that. So just 1 or 2 times is enough, but 5, 6 times you said that. Nothing. But your points were very good.
Okay, Anurag, thank you.
Guys, this was my first PPDT only, so please any suggestions? Hello, am I
Like
audible?
कल
time
वापस
was
आना.
that you took like 1 minute 8 seconds, so you can cut down on that and
Yes, yes, yes.
more like participation in GD.
So basically, my story was on trekking. So was the theme okay, or should I change it or improve on it?
No, the theme was fine. The theme was, I felt it was good, but you could have
Okay.
added more action. That after listening to a story, I created a theme that he was a solo trekker, as you told that, and
Mm-hmm.
means he was a trekker, but he went on a solo trek, and he discovered means he found that new place in his vicinity. So he enjoyed the scenery very well, and later he also shared this information to his friends, and after that they planned a good trek with all his friend circle, and they also enjoyed the trek.
No problem with track.
And
One
one
thing I'd
more.
like to say that like do not forget to include the river because it is important that
Yes,
whatever
I
Yeah,
included the point. I
you
said
are
he got
trekking, so
motivated
you
from
can
the steady flow.
you are trekking, so you can go to the river, hill, or place. So just trekking include all the three things. No?
Okay, and one more thing I would like to ask that
Anything
how
for
do
me?
we contribute? Hello? How do you contribute if we don't know, if we don't have much knowledge about the topic or the discussion?
I think that you
flood
can
is like
add a small actions, because if someone is contributing more, for example, Avantika or Anurag said a particular point, so you can just add a small action in front of that, so that would be helpful.
Okay.
I would like to add one point to Satyam's that you can improve the point of another. Like that,
Yeah, yeah,
many
yeah.
point, many points were improved by Akshay Bhaiya of Anurag. Like that you can do.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Okay,
Any
so
suggestions for second group?
can I give a
Yeah.
means I'm not a assessor or nothing, but may I give a point to everybody? Like I noticed in Avantika,
Yeah, yeah.
Go on.
uh,
Go on, go on.
like when you are actively participating in group, no, and your image is going to be good in front of the assessor, and then you got nominated, and then you got fucked up. This is a very bad. So you should recall all the points like everybody was saying. So I don't know, you forget or something what happened to you, but you should mention all the points you have discussed, like every team member agree on. uh, like one assessor told me that if you are nominated and you change the story of the group, then you are completely going to be screened out or whatever.
I
आज के
think
लिए
that
इतनी
she
बेइज्जती
added.
काफी थी मेरी.
No, no,
I
it is
think that
not a
she added
basic.
most of the points, but at the last
Yeah,
she got
no point.
confused.
I'm not.
I
I'm
think
not
that the
talking.
points were sufficient because she added
Yeah.
4 to 5 points from the group, so